Hi you guys, welcome back to Taji's World of Books and welcome to another book haul video. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So I thought today I would do another book haul video and we can talk about the books that I got. These books came from Book Outlet and Amazon, and you guys know that I buy a lot of books, and so anytime I can get a book at a reasonable price like from Book Outlet, or if something's on sale, then I'm gonna go for it because my book collection is, as you guys are all in the same situation, we like to buy books and we need to save some money, and so anyway we can get them, we'll take them. Alright, so having said that, I have a huge selection of different kinds of things considering I read a lot of mafia and dark romance. I've got some suspense, I've got some contemporary, I've got some paranormal, so let's just dive right on in. Okay, so you guys are probably all really familiar with, and I pulled them all out, the Bromance Book Club. I got all of these on Book Outlet, and they're still on there. You can still get them, so go ahead and check it out because you can get them for like $4 and they're brand new books. So I was like, what better way to do it? I've heard a lot of conversation around these books. I haven't read them, obviously. They're contemporary romance, and I pulled out these two, which I got in a previous haul, but I wanted you to see them all together. So the first book, and then I got this book, the final book, I believe this is the final book, in the Bromance Book Club on Book Outlet, and it just came. Okay, so the first book is the Bromance Book Club. The second book is Undercover Bromance, and then the third book is Crazy Stupid Bromance. And basically, from my understanding, these books are about guys that are having trouble in their marriage, and as a result, see, these are second chance romances, so as a result of the trouble that they're having in their marriage, they try to get advice on how to interact with women, and they do it from an unlikely source. And I love it because it says the first rule of the book club is don't talk about the book club. And so it's welcome to the Bromance Book Club. And so this one is about distraught and desperate Gavin. He finds help from an unlikely source, a secret romance book club made up of Nashville's top elite alpha men. With the help of their current read, a steamy Regency novel titled Courting the Countess, the guys coach Gavin on saving his marriage, but it'll take a lot more than flowery words and grand gestures to help the hapless Romeo to find his inner hero and win back his trusted wife. So like I said, it's a second chance romance. So that's the Bromance Book Club. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be cute. It'll be a nice sort of break from all of the dark and mafia and heavy stories that I read. Okay, so then the Undercover Bromance is Braden Mack thinks reading romance novels makes him an expert in love, but he'll soon discover that real life is better than fiction. So this is his story with Liv. So I love it because Liv has a dream job as a sous chef at Nashville's hottest restaurant. Too bad the celebrity chef owner is less than charming behind closed doors. After she catches him harassing a young hostess, she confronts him and gets fired. Liv vows revenge, but she'll need assistance to take on the powerful chef. Unfortunately, that means turning to Braden Mack. Liv's blackballed from the restaurant scene. The charismatic nightclub entrepreneur offers to help expose her ex-boss, but she is suspicious of his motives. So he'll need to call in reinforcements for the Bromance Book Club. And so what does he do? He gets a romantic suspense novel that they're currently reading to help assist him in overcoming this situation with her. So that seems pretty interesting. And then the Crazy Stupid Bromance, this is about Alexis and Noah. So Alexis Carlisle and her cat cafe. Oh, okay, so this then continues from this story. So apparently Alexis is the one who suffered sexual harassment from the celebrity chef. So she starts her own deal and her cat cafe shoots to fame as a result of that. So this seems like he gets friend zoned. So Noah he's like a computer nerd, and so he needs to figure out how to get out of the friend zone. So where does he turn? But he turns to the Bromance Book Club to figure out how to go from friends to lovers. So this is going to be interesting and seems like it's going to be pretty fun. Okay, so you guys know I've been doing a deep dive on Christine Feehan, and I went ahead and picked up because I have Dark Hunger, but Dark Hunger I have as a manga, which I love and I'm super happy that I do, but I actually wanted the novella of Dark Hunger, and this is a bind up of Dark Hunger and Dark Secret. And I love it because it really does take place in like South America. So the Dark Hunger, if you guys are familiar with the series, is Juliet and then Rawdon de la Cruz, and there are the Carpathians. Rawdon and his family, the de la Cruz brothers, were sent by the previous prince to go and rule over and oversee the South American continent. Okay, so the de la Cruz brothers basically have a number of ranches and properties that they own there, and Riordan is one of the youngest brothers. And then the second book in this bind up is The Secret, which is a full-length novella. A full-length book, and that is The Dark Secret, and that basically is Raphael, which is Riordan's older brother, and his story with Colby Jensen. And so I like that it came all together because Dark Secret is like one of like the paperback novellas, like the little, I can't stand those, but it seems like anything that was written like, you know, because these books are like 20 years old, right? So they were like started in like, I don't know, 1999 or something like that. And so they're all like, some of the earlier versions are only those little paperbacks and I can't stand it. So this is much better. So that's a bind up of that if you're interested. Okay, so guys, I've talked about previously on my channel that I've gotten a little bit interested in, and I want to check it out, in romantic suspense. So I went ahead and picked up Vanishing Point. This is by Lisa Harris. I was like really rounding out my order, so I picked up a bunch of random stuff, so I don't know what I was thinking. So this one says 6 girls are missing. Every clue leads to a dead end. So during Garrison Addison's first week on the job as a criminal investigator for the Tennessee's Bureau of Investigation, his team is called out to a murder scene of a young girl. She is just one in a missing stream of disappearances with one thing in common, a Polaroid photo of each victim left behind at the crime scene. The FBI is pulled into the case to help, and Garrett finds himself working with Special Agent Jordan Lambert, a woman he once loved. When yet another girl dies, Garrett wonders whether he really has what it takes to be an agent. Maybe he should just walk and just be done with it. But while he may be done with the killer is not done with him or with Jordan. So like I said, this, like, I was like, ooh, because I want to be riveted, but I want to also have the romantic component to it. So like for me, romantic suspense seems like it's right up my alley. So I don't know, this sounds good. So I pulled it and I'll add it to the TBR and tell you what I think about it. Okay, so then I picked up these 2 books. This one is Order of Protection, a courting justice novel by Lexi Blake, and this is Evidence of Desire, also by Lexi Blake. Yeah, so this is book 1, Order of Protection, and then Evidence of Desire is book 2. So I'm not going to talk about book 2 because we don't want to spoil it, but let's see what this is about. A Love with Conviction. To high-end defense attorney Henry Garrison, Wynne Hughes is the soft, warm woman who gave him solace during one of the most terrifying times of his life. But Wynne has a secret. She is actually Taylor Winston Hughes, born of one of the wealthiest families in the country and orphaned as a baby by a tragic accident. When her best friend is murdered in the midst of a glittering New York gala, Wynne's charged with the crime, and the only person in the world she wants to see is Henry. Henry is shocked at the true identity of his lover, but he can't reject her as a client. The trial could take his firm into the stratosphere. Still, he's determined not to get burned by Wynne again. So apparently he feels like, you lied to me and I'm like pissed off at you as a result, and that's not going to happen again. As Wynne's entire life is upended, she must look to the people she's closest to in order to find the killer. And Henry must decide between making his case and saving the woman he loves. I'm all about this. This sounds so, so good. I know I said I wasn't going to check, but let's see. A Crime of Passion. So this one is about Isla Shane, and she is head over heels as a former all-star Trey. And okay, so this is a companion novel. So it sounds like these are in the same world, but they are probably connected in the world, but not with the same characters. So, As a former all-star quarterback, Trey Adams' personal lawyer, she's used to handling all of his business dealings and private financial matters, not murder charges. She needs to find an experienced criminal attorney who speaks her client's language. David Carmack of Garrison, Carmack, and Lawless. And so this is Henry Garrison, so it's in the same firm. Okay, is exactly what she needs in the courtroom and the only man she wants in her bedroom. For David, taking on Adam's case means diving back into a world he thought he left behind and colliding head-on with tragic possibilities he's in no mood for. There's a reason professional football is in his past, and no matter how close Isla gets to the truth, he intends to leave it there. But long days of working on a case together with his client lead to hot nights in each other's arms. And as their feelings grow, the case takes on a deadly twist and could change the game between the two lovers forever. See, I told you, romantic suspense is like, I want layers, I want depth. So this sounds really, really good. So I'm super excited. That's why I was like picking all this crazy stuff. All right, let's just keep on going. So then I saw The Escape Room, and I have a couple of other books by Megan Golden. I haven't read them yet, but it seemed like it was interesting. Love it. In this unforgettable duet, four young Wall Street rising stars discover the price of ambition when an escape room challenge turns into a lethal game of revenge. Welcome to the escape room. Your goal is simple: get out alive. That sounded good to me. I don't know. You guys know I love romance and I love dark romance, but I was like, what? A lucrative world of finance. Vince, Jules, Sylvia, and Sam are on top of their game. They've mastered the art of the deal and celebrate their success in style, but a life of extreme luxury always comes at a cost. Invited to participate in an escape room challenge as a team-building exercise, their ferociously competitive co-workers crowd into the elevator of a high-rise building, eager to prove themselves, but when the lights go off and the doors stay shut, it is quickly discovered and becomes clear that this is no ordinary competition. They're caught in a dangerous game of survival. Trapped in the dark, the colleagues must put aside their bitter rivalries and work together to solve the cryptic clues to break free. But as the game begins to reveal the team's darkest secrets, they realize there is a price to be paid for the terrible deeds they've committed in their ruthless climb up the corporate ladder. As tempers fray, the clues turn deadly, they must solve one final chilling puzzle. Which one of them will kill in order to survive? I'm all in. Sounds so good. Oh my gosh, sounds so good. Okay, so continuing on with my romantic suspense, clearly there's a theme here, so I'm gonna call this video Book Haul Romantic Suspense, because that's all I did. I don't know, I must have been in a mood, you guys. All right, so this is Tell Her No Secrets by Kelly Irvin. When she's the prime suspect, who can she trust? Even the most admired families have secrets to hide. Nina Fisher carries a camera wherever she goes. She can view life through a filter, safely. After her mother abandoned her to the streets, Nina has kept people at a distance, including her uncle, who adopted Nina and her sisters. Wealthy and proud, he is a good man, a fair judge, and someone many in San Antonio admire. But when he is murdered, the detective assigned to the case accuses Nina of the crime. She knows she must act. She's determined to use her journalism background to find the real killer. The two men in her life wanted to help, but who can she trust? She's known Rick ever since they were children, but now he's an attorney whose political aspirations seem more important than Nina's tragic loss. And then there's Aaron, a news videographer. Using their friendship could break the biggest story of his career. Following the evidence leads Nina on a journey of discovery into her father's shocking masquerade as a law-abiding, family-loving Christian. Unlocking these secrets could prove fatal, but it's the only way that Nina will ever be able to trust love again. Combining romance and suspense, best-selling author Carrie Irvin Tell Her No Lies is a high-stakes race for the truth. Again, sounds really good. I'm super excited. I don't know when I'm gonna get to these, you guys. I have no idea, but I'm gonna get to them. All right, so this one, I had to get my order up to a certain, price so that I could get free shipping. So I went ahead and added this on, and I don't know, like, you guys, I'm gonna be a little bit honest, because because I read so, like, dark romances, and I read so much mafia, that when I read something like this, I go, why the hell did I just do this? Like, why did I waste my time? But I broke down and did it, and I got, this is by Sejani Patel, and it's The Trouble with Hating You. These two are so not in love. She'll do anything to avoid marriage, even if it means giving up the perfect guy. So this is Layla and Jay's story. And Layla is a successful biochemical engineer, takeout enthusiast, and happily single woman. The moment she realizes her parents' latest dinner party is a setup with a man that they want her to marry, she's out the back door with a flash. Imagine her surprise when the same guy shows up at her office a week later, the new lawyer hired to save her struggling company. What's not surprising, he's not too thrilled to see her either after the humiliating fiasco. So Jay looks good on paper and off, especially if you like the whole gorgeous, charming lawyer in a good suit thing. He is also infuriating, and their witty office banter turns into late night chats. Layla starts to think he might be one man who can truly accept her for who she is. But falling for each other means exposing their painful past. Will Layla keep running, or will she finally give love a real chance? So if you guys have read this, please put in the comments below and tell me if you think I'm gonna like it. I heard that it's good, and I've heard other booktubers talk about it, but the booktubers that I have heard talk about this book don't read dark romance in the same way that I do. So I don't know. You guys, let me know. What do you think? Should I go for it? Okay, so I went ahead and picked this up, and I picked this up mainly because I like Helena Hunting and I like the Puck series, and I think that there's another book in this series as well. It's the one with the pink cover, and I can't remember the name of it. That these are the characters, these are the children of the Puck, like the characters in the Puck series, and I absolutely loved the Puck. So it's a hockey romance, and so when I joined Seattle's NHL expansion team, I thought it was the start of something great, but nothing ever goes the way that you expect. Take my introduction to my new neighbor. She came rolling in a hot mess express at midnight, making such a racket while she tried to get into my team's captain's apartment. Did I mention that he's married to a woman, and that woman is definitely not her? Imagine my surprise when I end up with an injury that has me out of the game for weeks, and she is the one who offers to help me. I should probably add that she's not the captain's mistress. She's his sexy, pastel-haired younger sister. So we came up with an arrangement. She rehabs me so that I can get back on the ice sooner, and she can add a professional athlete that isn't her brother to her clientele list. Seems simple enough, as long as I can keep my hands to myself and my hormones in check. I love hockey romances. Have I said I love hockey romances? I didn't know I had a thing for hockey guys, and I think I keep saying, like, hockey guys. Am I a puck bunny? No, I'm not a puck bunny, but in a book, I'll be a puck bunny. This sounds really good. I'm super excited. I'm gonna go ahead and get the other one, but like I said, during like Memorial Day, this was on sale on Amazon for like $4. So I was like, how can I got this one, and I also got one of Tijon's Outcast. That one I got, it was like a, you know, it's a trader paperback, and I got that one for $4. So I was like, oh, I was all about it. So I dove in. And I've talked about this book before, but I went ahead and got a physical copy of it, and I talked about this. This is Misadventures of a Curvy Girl. I love Sierra Simone's writing, and I talked about this in my Curvy Girl recommendation, which I'll stick over here, and I went ahead and got it because it is a menage, and I was like, I absolutely love menages, and so it is MMF, and it's about Caleb and Ben. And Caleb and Ben are doing their thing, and they are like, and then Ireland comes along, and Ireland is like beating herself up, but in the past she was beating herself up about her body, but now she finally has gotten to the place for the first time in her life that she's absolutely content with who she is, and she's not going to be hiding anymore, and she's going to embrace her curves. And I love it because, so Caleb and Ben are everything that Ireland could dream of, and they all work for the Kansas Chamber of Commerce. And so when they conceptualized the Real Kansas in a promotional campaign, they picture these two guys, Caleb and Ben. They're handsome, they're young, they're educated, they're totally dedicated to their small prairie town. So when Ireland's car breaks down, basically she's left stranded and she's got nowhere to turn but to Caleb and Ben. And these are like country boys, and they are gonna be all into her. And so they are, not only are they all into her, but they're willing to share, and she's willing to share them. And I was just like, I just want to eat this up. I cannot wait. So I think I'm going to kick this up my TBR pretty quickly. So this sounds super fun, and I can't wait to get into it. So you guys, that is all that I have for today. So thank you so much for joining me. And you know, I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So please like and subscribe and come and hang out with me more, and tell me are you guys into romantic suspense? Like, let's get a discussion going. I'm like curious as to what you guys like to read. Do you like to read mafia? Is it all dark romance? Do you want to hear about more romantic suspense? Please tell me about this book if you've read it, because I don't want to go into it and like be like, I could totally hate this. But then maybe if I go into it and I'm like, I totally hate it, and then it turns out to be like better, then I'm like pleasantly surprised. Anyway, I'm rambling. So that's all I have for today. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye!